Right now at 6, a Bangor woman accused of child abuse causing injuries will go to trial. And Minnesota's governor restores voting rights to more than 55,000 people who were convicted of felonies.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. In our top story today, a Bangor woman accused of child neglect causing injuries to a baby made another court appearance today. At a preliminary hearing, a City of La Crosse investigator testified about his investigation into Heather Reed. Reed runs a daycare out of her home. Parents of a baby that was in her care became suspicious after their child was found to have multiple fractures on their legs, ribs, and skull. State prosecutors say they have enough evidence to go to trial. The attorney defending Reed says there's not enough evidence for probable cause. The judge found there is probable cause and Reed will go to trial. Now, Reed pleaded not guilty. If convicted, Reed faces up to 12.5 years in prison. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has restored voting rights to formerly incarcerated Minnesotans. The Democrats signed the Restore the Vote bill into law today. Incarcerated people with felony convictions can now vote after they are released from prison. According to the governor, the new bill will impact over 55,000 people in the state. He says restoring voting rights for the formerly incarcerated people will also have an impact on Minnesota communities at large.
Taking away the right to vote from folks does nothing to improve safety in our communities. It does nothing to reduce recidivism rates. It does nothing to encouraging reintegration and the leadership that we know happens so many times from folks who bring their talents and their true selves back into our communities.
The Minnesota Senate had approved the bill in a 35-30 vote last week. Time to switch it up, talk some weather with First Warren meteorologist Eric Dean.
All right, good evening, Ken. Good evening, everybody. Hey, TGIF, the weekend is here.
There we go.
It is a beautiful start to the weekend. Take a look here behind me at City Cam. You can see over the past several hours we were in the upper 30s to low 40s. We were sitting at 44 at the 4 o'clock hour, 43 by 5 p.m. And right now we're sitting at 37 degrees. We have a mixture of sun and clouds out there. You can see that beautiful sunset on City Cam. It feels like 31 out there with winds out of the northwest at 8 miles per hour. We're seeing temperatures in the 30s across the majority of the Coulee region. The lone exception, Prairie du Chien, checking in with 41 degrees. But you factor in that feels like temperature. Everybody in the News 8 Now viewing area feels like we are in the mid to upper 30s. So if you have any plans this evening, we'll stay mostly clear. That wind is going to stay between the west and the west-northwest around 5 miles per hour. It will dissipate as we go into the evening and overnight hours. Satellite radar right now is showing the clouds starting to clear out of the area, but we're not out of the woods yet. Clouds will start to pick up as we go into the evening and overnight hours. And coming up in the First Warren forecast, Ken, we're going to talk about precip chances. Tomorrow, not so much. I think the next best chance of precip may be in some places on Sunday, but the temperatures will stay well above normal. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks very much, Eric.
You bet.
Back on the news side of things, the Wisconsin Elections Commission is sounding the alarm to voters about incorrect information on pre-filled ballot applications. The WEC said a group that helps register voters, called the Center for Voter Information, may be responsible for the error. The group's commercial printer admitted to mistakenly adding incorrect names to application forms. Many voters in the state, most from Dane County, were impacted directly by this situation. And according to the Associated Press, the Center for Voter Information didn't share how widespread the mailing issue was. A Wisconsin manufacturing and commerce program is pairing local business owners with area middle and high school students. 6 area school districts met with organizers of the program entitled Wisconsin Business World, as well as those local business owners, to get a sense of what it takes to start a business from the ground up. The roughly 80 students were split into groups of 6, with each school district represented in every group. Organizers hope the kids can learn to work with people they've never met before to create a truly special product.
Being with people that share a common interest, I think, and having people that work in these fields.
For the confidence to know that they can start something right here, that they don't have to leave the area, that they can start a business anywhere.
The students work together to come up with a product, and then they pitch their idea to organizers at the end of the day. Local business owners visit with the groups for additional networking opportunities. Wisconsin Business World runs about 50 events like these across the state, but this one was their first in Westby. It is National Day of Unplugging, and today serves as a reminder for us to put down our devices and start reconnecting with the people and world around us. Research shows the average family is connected to 5 devices. Experts say disconnecting, even for a few minutes each day, can help us improve our social connections. It also helps us check in on our mental, physical, and emotional well-being. Of course, today is a great opportunity to disconnect, but health officials say you can practice this kind of mindfulness at any time.
Whether that's an hour of unplugging each day, or maybe it's a couple of days a week where you focus on that. But it's kind of up to you, and the benefits happen no matter what or how long you unplug for.
If your kids struggle to put their devices down, doctors recommend to try periods of unplugging as a family. After the break, a sweet delivery. Special education groups at West Salem High School are getting their hands dirty in the kitchen to bring treats to their teachers every Friday.
Don't miss out. Ashley's new lower prices are here. And get ready, the Orange event at Ashley is coming soon. For 3 days only, shop in store or online for the biggest event of the year. Or shop now with financing options for every budget, only at Ashley.
Connection. It's baked into everything we do. And with Perkins Butcher Block, it's a great time to gather around the table. Starting at just $9.99, dig into all our mouth-watering favorites, from steaks to hearty breakfasts and more. And don't forget a fresh baked pie from our bakery. Save time and order online at perkinstogo.com.
Now's the time to save on big projects. Hurry into Menards for 11% off everything. Get 11% off easy flooring updates for your home. Find your style and save 11% on Patriot Lighting. Transform your home with 11% off new Mastercraft doors. Or go even bigger and get 11% off a new kitchen. Don't miss out. There's no limit to what you can save with 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for spring bonus offers at your Northland Ford dealers, where you can save big on a Ford SUV to make it all happen. Start the season off right with 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Don't miss out. Ashley's new lower prices are here. And get ready, the Orange event at Ashley is coming soon. For 3 days only, shop in store or online for the biggest event of the year. Or shop now with financing options for every budget, only at Ashley.
At West Salem, the start of the weekend is marked by a special and sweet delivery. News 8 Now's Dua Israr introduces us to a group of students who are learning life skills through baking. Good evening, Dua.
Ken, every week, students in special education teachers Chris Marquise's class bake bread. During the baking process, they learn skills like math and reading, all while working towards a goal.
When Friday rolls around, teachers at West Salem Middle School wait for a special delivery.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? It was perfect.
By some very special kids.
Thank you.
Each week, teachers place orders for loaves of bread.
Do I get a hug? Oh, thank you.
This one, everybody came together and we made it happen.
This bread isn't just any bread.
Right here? Yep, right in there.
Sure, it's got all the regular ingredients.
Okay, 1 cup sugar. Here you go.
But it's also got a whole lot of love.
You did amazing.
I like baking with my friends. I like baking lemon bread.
In Chris Marquise's classroom, this activity is more than just a sweet treat.
They're hands-on learners, most of them.
Could you put this in the bowl?
It's an opportunity to learn life skills.
In here, they know that if something doesn't go right, then let's fix it. So we're working on a lot of problem-solving skills.
For students like 8th grader Tori Campbell, it's a chance to talk to someone new every week.
Oh, thank you so much, Tori.
Sometimes get really nervous sometimes when around people.
With every loaf that's sold, these students get closer to their goal, the Special Fester Carnival.
The rides and everything are free, but the food and the games they have to pay for, so we're using that money so every student can grab something there or play a game.
So whether it's
lemon and cinnamon bread with strudel on top.
Or
chocolate chip.
For these West Salem students, the recipe to success can be found in a loaf of bread.
If we bring it up, there's some.
Marquise says she hopes to expand beyond bread and start teaching the students how to make cupcakes, muffins, and more.
Can't wait to see that. Thanks very much, Dua. And so far, the students have raised $227. Well, after the break, have a hoot in Houston this weekend. The International Owl Fester is bringing the whole town together to celebrate those birds of prey.
And in the world of weather, there is Dua. She can give her nice Vanna White impression right there. Hey, Dua, point right there. See, we got a clean sweep on the radar scan right now. If you go to the left just a little bit, you see some cloud cover over towards the Dakotas. That will push its way through, and we're going to talk more about that. I will. Maybe Dua will join me. Maybe she won't. Coming up for the first one forecast in a few minutes. Stay with us.
During Markdown Madness at Dahl Auto, choose from over 700 vehicles at 6 Dahl dealerships. Then make no payments until June. Plus, sell or trade your old car to get an extra $500 over book value. This month only at Dahl Auto.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Firefighters Credit Union now has credit cards. I know what some of you are thinking. The money man has sold his soul to the devil. Well, not quite. Unlike the big credit card issuers, we don't want you to pay interest. We don't want you to pay late fees. We don't want you to pay over the limit fees. We want you to use our card. If you use it correctly, you'll never pay a dime, and we'll pay you to use it. Are you intrigued? Give us a call and find out more today.
Us. This isn't us. Is it? When did we get so connected to our devices and so disconnected from each other? And when our phones have turned us into this? LT? What do you do when you're a company that sells them?
We gotta fix this.
It's time to find what we're missing. Join us in taking a break from our devices. Take the phones down for 5 challenge for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes.
Feels good.
And let's find us again. US Cellular. Built for us.
Selling your car yourself can take weeks. Selling to an online reseller takes days. Selling your car to Dahl Auto takes 30 minutes. And you'll get an extra $500 over book value. Dahl Auto. Simple.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
There's an annual celebration happening this weekend for one of the world's most interesting birds of prey.
We just have so much owl stuff going on in Houston over the weekend. It's more than you can shake a stick at.
That's right. It's time for the International Festival of Owls in Houston, Minnesota. The International Owl Center holds this every year. The fest is truly international, with a visit from a natural history expert all the way from Norway. Some owls will be visiting from the Illinois Raptor Center as well. The executive director of the center says it's a huge event for Houston.
We kind of use a huge number of people in town as volunteers. It takes almost 100 volunteers to put on the festival. And for us, it's critical to have other businesses supporting, so we need to have restaurants open, food truck, the band is doing food over at the school.
Bloom says they're expecting 2,000 people to come to the fest. That is twice the population of the town. You can see a full schedule of events on the Owl Center's website. Time to switch it up and talk maybe some weekend weather forecasting with Eric Dean.
That's right. Let me make sure Dua's not around.
Yes,
here.
tonight the part of Eric Dean will be played by Eric Dean now.
Thank you.
No stand-in.
I'd like to thank everybody for making that possible. Mr. Kozarowski, thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. TGIF, the weekend is here, and we're going to see temperatures in the 40s as we roll into your Saturday and Sunday, but there is a caveat, and that is precip chances. Outside right now, look at that, a gorgeous sunset across the Coulee region. Temperatures right now in the mid to upper 30s. We have clear skies. 37 degrees is the current temperature at the airport. It feels like 31 out there because winds are out of the northwest at around 8 miles per hour. That barometric pressure is sitting at 29.66 inches. As we take a look here in Eau Claire, good evening to you guys. You're at 36, and with that light wind, your ambient temperature and your feels like temperature, they're the same. 36 degrees. Your dew point is sitting at 27 degrees at this hour. So here's what I'm going to whip up for you tonight. The weekend precip chances, they will be in play. The temperatures will stay above normal, but is it March or is it December? Because even though the calendar says March, as we get into next week, we'll see temperatures going into the upper 20s to low 30s. The radar scan right now, all is clear across the Coulee region. Let's take a look at the cloud cover, and you can see that cloud cover starting to dissipate finally. We'll see mostly clear skies for the most part until we get into your evening and overnight hours, and then the clouds will start to pick up yet again. So this is what I'm going to keep an eye on right here. Meanwhile, across the U.S., look at this low pressure system that's situated across portions of the Ohio Valley. Now, this is doing a couple things. I want to go ahead and draw a line right here. This is I-70. Anything north of I-70 is seeing snow. Anything south of I-70 is seeing rain. Now, we did take a look at this earlier. This did produce a tornado over towards the Rebun, Kentucky area. One place, especially across central Kentucky, a tree that was over 100 years old did get uprooted. So they had some damaging winds across the Ohio Valley. Keeping it local, when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the teens and 20s will greet you. 15 in Black River Falls, 21 Sparta, 25 Rocco, 26 La Crosse, 24 will be the overnight low in Winona. Like I said, the clouds will start to pick up as we go into your evening and overnight hours. Maybe a stray shower or two for Saturday, but by Sunday, there you go. We start the day off with partly cloudy skies, and the precip chances will pick up in the evening and overnight hours. So let's time everything out using the broader perspective of Sky Tracker. So you can see we are going to see a cold front push through. We'll be on the leading edge of a high pressure system, which is what's going to keep the winds out of the north for Saturday night going into Sunday. So here's a sneak peek of the weekend. 40 degrees will be the high for Saturday, 44 for Sunday. That's La Crosse. Eau Claire, a smidge cooler. 37 and 41 will be your temperature trend for Saturday and Sunday. We're going to keep that chance of rain in the forecast. So the details of the first one forecast for tonight will go to 27 degrees with mostly cloudy skies and a nice light wind out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's a look at your forecast as we take a look here at the 10 o'clock hour. We'll see a temperature of 33 degrees by 10 a.m., upper 30s by the noon hour, mid 30s by the evening hours. Going into the late evening hours will stay mostly clear. That takes us into the next 8 days really quick. We go to 44 Sunday, 43 Monday, upper 30s, low 40s for Tuesday and Wednesday. Then we're going to flirt with freezing for a little bit as we go into next Friday, keeping a small chance of a snow shower in the forecast. And like I said earlier, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, prepare your bodies, go to bed early. Yep. Daylight saving time begins. You lose an hour of sleep. I'm just the messenger.
All right, get it in your head now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Well, in other news, many head to bowling alleys during the more frigid months of the year to keep active, but why go inside when you can go outside to a frozen Minnesota lake? Reporter John Lauritsen takes us to Todd County, where ice bowling has become a winter tradition.
I don't go anywhere in the wintertime. I just stick around here.
He's talking about Long Prairie, population 3,700. And just like any other place in Minnesota, finding things to do here in the winter can be a bit of a challenge. But lucky for this town, they have Les Levine.
Tell us about your ball. That's the prettiest ball on the lake right now.
Yeah, and it's weighs about 2.5 maybe 5 pounds, I don't know.
About 10 years ago, Les came upon ice bowling in another city and decided to bring it to Lake Charlotte in Long Prairie.
There we go.
He was owner of the Thunder Lodge Sports Bar back then, and when he sold it to Anna Petron, she kept the tradition rolling.
Sounded fun to me. I'm in.
So every winter, just above the walleyes and northerns, they plow 60-foot bowling lanes on the lake and build up the sides with snowbanks. Otherwise, your ball might just keep rolling until springtime.
There is no such thing as a gutter.
They're not a gutter ball, no.
And no such thing as a 7-10 split either.
Hey, all right. Well done.
Instead of pins, Les and his crew drill 3-inch holes into the ice. If you land in one of the holes, you get points. And the first team to 15 wins. Players use regular bowling balls, which is a much better option than what they used to use.
The first year we used turkeys, frozen turkeys, but they don't slide very good on the ice. Some years it's been 0 or below 0. We did it, still do it, no matter what the temperature is.
As a former Lake Charlotte champion, Les takes pride in his very complex bowling strategy.
Just walk up there and throw the ball, and you hope
That's all there is to it.
Hope it goes the right place.
It's the same approach everyone else seems to have.
Are you good at regular bowling?
I used to be.
Okay. Are you good at ice bowling?
No.
Ice conditions also vary from slushy to sleek, which is why it's good to have a Zamboni nearby, or at least the next best thing.
Long Prairie Zamboni.
Because it's often too cold for bare hands, participants usually launch their bowling balls with their gloves on.
If you're not good at this, you always have the option of fishing in one of these holes, right?
Right.
You got show me how it's done here, Brian. Show me how it's done.
As you might have guessed by now, winning isn't nearly as important as just being out here.
Come back, just like I planned it.
And for the good people of Long Prairie, it's a pastime that's right up their alley.
We got people come back every year. They start asking about it in October already, you know.
Yes.
You gonna have it this year? You gonna have it?
It is a lot of fun. Everyone's out there having a good time. We have the fire pit out there. We have a little warming house. So people just like to get together and have fun.
I absolutely love it. The players say Wisconsinites hopped the border to join in. The scoring, a lot like cornhole. There's a weekend event every February, and while there are cash prizes, most play for bragging rights. Coming up in sports, lots of great action on the hardwood tonight. Regionals continuing for our boys teams. 2 area powerhouses clashing in Bangor tonight as the Blue Golds and Cardinals look to advance in D4. Rob's got a preview next.
Visit the Early Bird Home Show, going on now at the Ford Store Home Improvements. Lowest prices of the year on your 2023 project. Windows, bathrooms, and more.
Winter is here. And with winter weather come accidents and mishaps. Whether you're on your way to work, walking the dog, or out on the trail, accidents can happen.
That's why we have insurance, to help with the unexpected accidents that are not your fault.
At Bygoff and Rohde, we'll help you get the insurance settlement you deserve to pay your medical bills, your lost wages, and get your life back on track.
If you're injured, call us.
Call Bygoff and Rohde.
No matter what kind of store you visit, no matter what kind of tobacco you ask for, it's illegal to sell tobacco products to anyone under 21. So, remember to bring your ID. It will get checked. Because in Wisconsin, 21 means 21, no matter what.
At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we're bringing out all the latest styles for patio and outdoor furniture. From dining sets to sectionals and even fire tables, they're all on sale. We've got all of our favorites in stock. That means no waiting. Plus, for a limited time, you'll receive free delivery on your outdoor furniture. Shop the best quality brands from Homecrest and Brizesta, furniture that's designed to last in any weather. Sale prices and free delivery happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Voted your favorite furniture store.
Dan Kelly won't keep our community safe. As a lawyer, Kelly defended child sex predators who posed as ministers in order to prey on vulnerable young girls. They lured young children to locations they believed to be safe, only to sexually assault and molest them. And Dan Kelly defended those monsters. Do you want someone like that on the Supreme Court? Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Win or go home. That's the best part about the high school basketball playoffs, and the boys teams throughout the region keeping their season alive is all that matters tonight. The next step of the regionals tipping off in just over a half hour from now. Last night we had two local powerhouses clashing on the girls' side. Tonight, same squads, but it's the boys' turn. Blue Goals and Cardinals going head-to-head in the D4 regional semifinal at Bangor High School tonight. Cardinals have been red hot all year. They went undefeated in conference play, a perfect 14-0 in the Scenic Bluffs Conference. They got Mr. 1000, Tanner Jones leading the way. Bangor comes into this matchup on a tear. As for the 7-seed Aquinas, Blue Goals have been competitive down the stretch. They took Onalaska to overtime a couple of weeks ago. And on Tuesday night, Aquinas all over Westby, a 50-point win for the Blue Golds. We'll see if they can score the upset tonight. Should be a fun matchup in Bangor. Speaking of Onalaska, the Hilltoppers are looking to keep climbing their way to Madison. Next step is tonight at home against conference rival Logan. Onalaska taking both matchups against the Rangers in the regular season. As for Central, the Riverhawks are also home tonight. Central hosting MBC rival Toma. Central 2-0 against the T-Wolves this year. Lots of great action tonight. We'll have the highlights at 10. Shifting gears to the mat now, one of Prairie du Chine's best completed his tour for 4 last week, and as Rhett Koenig captured his 4th straight individual state title, but now it's the whole squad's turn. PDC will be looking for its first ever team state title tomorrow in Madison as the Hawks gear up to face Baldwin Woodville in the D2 semifinals at 10 a.m. This is Prairie's 4th straight appearance in the state tournament. They took 2nd place back in 2021. And a couple of weeks ago, Koenig told Arcade Overton that his biggest goal, even bigger than winning an individual state championship, is winning one for his team. He'll get that chance tomorrow morning. The winner of the semis will face either Luxembourg-Casco or Evansville in the D2 final. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back.
Connection. It's baked into everything we do. And with Perkins Butcher Block, it's a great time to gather around the table. Starting at just $9.99. Dig into all our mouth-watering favorites. And don't forget a fresh baked pie from our bakery. Order online at perkinstogo.com.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
When you rent a Culligan water softener, there is no down payment or maintenance costs. Imagine all you could do with the savings. Dive into better water. Contact your local Culligan water dealer.
One final look at the next 8 days. We'll see temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s tomorrow with a chance of mixed precip. Rain chances pick up in the evening and overnight hours of Sunday. That will continue into Monday morning. Temperatures stay in the 40s and we drop for Thursday and Friday with highs going to, we'll flirt with freezing. Why not? 33 for Thursday, 32 for Friday.
I'm still thinking about that ice bowling story. I think we all got to make a trip up to Todd County and go head to head.
I'm in.
Ice, baby.
That's right.
Just tell me when, buddy.
All right. We'll book it in the schedule. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight at 6. We'll see you tonight at 10.